Hey, Transplant community, I just want to pause for just a few moments today, kind of check in with you, see how things are going during the whole COVID 2019 epidemic, pandemic, whatever you're calling this. Lockdown for me is mainly what it has been. And just make sure you're really doing okay. I know a lot of people, obviously, by the numbers, have lost their lives. More people are even losing their livelihood over this as the whole economy slash, kind of public venues, for the most part, are shutting down. We're being required in most states to stay at home, not to go anywhere, save essential places like the grocery store, the doctor, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's been pretty difficult on a lot of people. I know also it's been pretty stressful on a lot of people. If you're a social person, someone who's used to just kind of coming and going as you please, getting to do your own thing, that's been extremely stressful. I know there's been a lot of positives to this, and I've actually shared some of those with you, mainly the fact that I'm able to be here with my family. But as far as this channel, I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. I kind of blame that maybe at a time on my children being around. I love them, but they keep me busy. My wife is working from home and she's sharing this little space with me now. She would normally sit kind of right behind me. And so it's been a little more difficult because I can't get in and out of this area during the day so much because I don't like to disturb her very much. But really what it comes down to be totally honest with you, is because I know the world is pretty much overwhelmed by the COVID, okay? Whether it's turning on the news, jumping on YouTube, jumping on Google, checking the numbers, most people right now, including you and I, are pretty much obsessed with digging deep and finding out what's going on with COVID. And to be honest with you, obviously that's not something I know an awful lot about other than what I see on television. But in addition to that, that's not something I really care to talk about. I get it. It's important. There are certain questions that have been asked about the situation and I've tried my best to answer. But for the most part, I don't want to make daily or even weekly videos about the COVID situation. And so what's really kind of kicking me in the gut right now is if basically on YouTube, if you try to make videos that aren't related to the current situation, the virus, YouTube's not showing off your videos. So I made a number of videos here lately that I thought could potentially have been good videos, helpful videos, but YouTube's just not showing them because if it's not labeled as being virus related, it's just not making it to the top of the page. So that's been a little bit frustrating. I shouldn't have got frustrated by that. I'm being honest with you, I have. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but somewhat related to that, if you're watching this video right now and you are not a current subscriber, right now is the perfect time to go ahead and do that. Be sure to hit the bell notification so that maybe if some of those videos you've been missing, YouTube will let you have them and you won't miss them any longer. Appreciate it. And so here's what I really need you to help me do. I need you to kind of inspire me to kind of rejuvenate the mental juices right here so I can get to thinking back on track of what's really important to us. Now, again, I have no problem if you've got a COVID-related topic, suggestion, question, to trying to answer that. For the most part, I'm really asking you more to think outside of that box, okay? I know that's a big deal. I know it's important. I don't mean to, by any means, downgrade or downplay that, but I want to talk about other things. I want to talk about good things, positive things, answer questions that are kind of totally unrelated to that. Obviously, transplant related mostly, but are unrelated to the current situation. I know there have been a lot of good questions up on these Facebook groups, but most of them, either I've already answered them in what was about to be 500 videos, or it's just, I don't know. I'm just having a downtime right now. And so I'm not saying I'm depressed or anything like that. I just, when it comes to sitting down here in front of the camera, I just can't think of a lot to say. So let me give a few huge shout outs to some special people right now, particularly one, and that's Toro. If you're familiar with Toro, she just received her second lung transplant just really a few days ago. As a matter of fact, I think today is the first day she's kind of being drawn out of the sedation a little bit and beginning to prepare to communicate. It's been a very tough road. Terry, I'll be honest with you, if you watch this video eventually, you scared me there for a while. Terry really took a dive back several months ago, about 4 years post her first transplant, and things got really bad, but I'm thankful that Terry did receive the gift of life. And that kind of brings me to a related question many of you have asked: are transplant centers transplanting now? The answer is obviously yes. Not every transplant center is transplanting there. They kind of got their their own basic criteria, their rules, their policies. Maybe in some areas where the COVID is more congested than others, they're steering away from transplants. They're considering them, I don't know how you would, but non-essential. I don't get that. They're certainly not elected by any means. No one would elect to have a transplant, but some hospitals have chosen to kind of slow the transplants or not to even transplant. But thankfully, many have. I know my transplant center, UAB Hospital, I can tell you for a fact, they've transplanted a number of people over the last few weeks. I don't know what their policy is, but they are continuing to transplant. Obviously, Terry, not at UAB, but in Miami, had her transplant the same. So Terry Toro, I just want to encourage you. You can really do this. I'll try to do you a separate, I can't talk, shout out video later. But if you do see this and not that, huge shout out to you. I'll be praying for you and hope to encourage you. I want to also give you a little bit of update on Bailey Craig. This is not a Bailey Craig update video, but Bailey Craig is a great friend of the program, a friend of mine. Her family's friends of mine. She is at UAB. She is, I forget how many days post-transplant now, a good bit, but she is continuing to make progress, okay? I think today, and this will change by the time you see the video probably, but today she was able to climb a few flights of stairs. So for someone who they didn't even know would actually ever be transplanted, and then once she was, they surely wasn't thinking that she might recover this well. She's continuing to make some strides, so huge shout out to you, Bailey Craig. And I know there are a number of others I've overlooked. There are several that are just recently had transplants that are improving. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I see I trailed off like normal, didn't I? I just need your inspiration. I need your ideas. I need your topics. I need your questions. I need to get to this mind kind of back to stirring because like most of you, I'm distracted by the situation over here. And so I just don't have the enthusiasm, I guess is what you call it, to make videos about everything else. Well, I need to be doing that because we're still a community. We still are people who are living the transplant life or waiting for transplant, whatever. There's still, I know there are questions that need to be answered. There are topics that need to be covered, and I need your help with that. So if you could help me out in the comments below, send me a private message, whatever, over on Facebook, email me at jim@thetransplanthelper.com, reach out to me at Twitter on transplant_help, whatever way you can find to find me. Give me your suggestions, your help, your assistance. I would definitely appreciate it. So again, I want to ask you, or let you know, I should say, I'm certainly praying for you during this time. I know it's been difficult. I know it's been stressful. I know it's been hard, but we're going to come out of this. I mean, we've come out of everything in the past eventually. Maybe not without a skinned knee or something like that, but we're going to come out of this and we're going to be okay. And we're going to make it. And I know things are really going to be, they're going to be great because we are going to be the people who fight. You fought so much already, I know, and we're going to continue to fight. And we maybe are even going to, as transplant patients, going to lead the way in the fight because we are just that type of people. But thank you so much for watching this video. It really didn't have a lot of point. I get it. But, you know, again, help me out. Pray for those who need it. And stay strong yourself, okay? So with that being said, let me do it formally here. Stay stronger, friends.